We had an ice storm move through, which means cars just cannot stop. And it all starts with, well, we just had a plow get hit on that last one, but this one is just going to have cars that just keep crashing without end. That's our second one. So like the first one was a tow truck. If they had gone any faster, if they were a little bit top heavy, I think they could have easily rolled over. Now we've got a semi-truck losing control, starting to jackknife. They're able to pull it out. Really some pretty good driving, all things considered. Like, still like keep control of your truck the whole time. But all things considered, really could have been a lot worse. Looks like they also got a little bit of assist from those median cable guardrails. This pickup losing control, it is going to roll over. So, that is a little bit more top heavy. Looks like they're going a little bit fast. And that's the difference between rolling over, not rolling over. This car behind the plow is dumping all that salt on the ice here. But that car is just going way too fast. They're going to crash. They go into the center median cable guardrail. Those are kind of flexible, which is nice. Now behind it, a pickup losing control, swerving back and forth. Able to get themselves under control, also bring their speed down, which is great. I mean, if you're out of control, it's better to be out of control at a slower speed than a faster speed. Semi-truck in that left lane going way, way, way too fast. This is where, and there's one person out of their car on the wrong side of the barrier. If you're if you're out of your car, at least go to into a position where you're better protected. Lots and lots of crashes. And because we have a great camera network here in Minnesota, you're able to see all our mistakes on camera. And cars just carrying a bit too much speed into these collisions, resulting in, we really saw a lot of rollovers. Rollovers are much more severe type of crash than a typical crash for lots of reasons. It's a sign that you're bringing in a fair amount of speed into a collision, but you're also moving the car in a way that a car should not be moved. So much more likely to have injuries. Thankfully, most of these were a 1 or a half rollover, so injury is still not very common. Once you go to 2 or 3 rollovers, that's where, according to research, according to the stats we have, that's where you really start to see severe crashes. And if someone's unbelted, the chance of a fatality is really, really high. Now, thankfully, these look like pretty minor rollovers involving people who were belted in. Semi-trucks really struggled with the ice. Not just in terms of driving here, we've got a couple crashes, back-to-back crashes for semi-trucks, but also getting up. Anytime you have an incline with a semi-truck on ice, or really any vehicle, but especially the semi-trucks seem to struggle with it, getting up those on-ramps or off-ramps when there was an incline, very difficult. Arterial roadways, so these are highways with stoplights. You're kind of seeing these highway speeds. Any type of mistake or sliding results in a crash, and those crashes can be a little bit more on the severe side. Just because you have higher speeds, and any mistake can result in a more dangerous T-bone style crash. Again, and like I said, seeing a fair number of rollovers or half rollovers, if you want to call that a half rollover maybe. This person went the wrong way to go check on the school bus. I wouldn't go the wrong way on a street, not my personal preference, but love the spirit behind it. And speaking of the spirit of Minnesota, I personally love living here despite the winter. One of my best decisions was to move here, and it's because the spirit of Minnesotans helping out, Midwesterners helping out. You really see it all across the United States, but it is so cool to see so many helpers out. They've got their high visibility. They've got another car back behind them to kind of give traffic warning so that they don't get hit directly, right? Look at the spirit. They've got their shovels out and they're helping get these cars out of the ditch. That's Minnesota in a nutshell.